If you can use ChatGPT, you can build your own AI agent. In this beginner-friendly tutorial, I will walk you through building your first AI agent in a very simple, intuitive way, using an automation platform called n8n, even if you've never touched code or have any idea about programming. So by the end of this tutorial, you'll understand exactly how to build your own AI. Today, we are going to be building an AI agent you can talk to in everyday language. You'll be able to ask it to pull up some details about a potential client from your database, research the client and the company, and neatly log everything. Then maybe draft a personalized email for the client. But before we start, let's give a quick summary for what an AI agent is for those who don't know it yet. At its core, an AI agent is just a program that can act on its own. The easiest way to think about it is like if it's your own personal digital employee. You give it a goal, say organize my invoices, do research about a company, send me an email. The agent then figures out the best way to get that job done. So every single AI agent, I don't care how complex it seems, it really just built from three core parts. You've got the brain, which does all the thinking. You've got the tools, which do the actual work. And you have the instructions, which basically tell it what its job is. The brain is what we call a large language model or an LLM. This is the part you're probably already familiar with if you've ever played around with something like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini. It's basically the core intelligence that understands what you are asking. It processes all the information and then decides what it needs to do next. The tools, you can think of these as the agent's hands. They are the actual applications it can reach out and touch to get things done. And in the digital world, we're talking about all the apps you're using every single day, like your Gmail, your Google account, Slack, Notion, any apps that you interact with. And then finally, you've got the instructions. In the world of AI, call this the prompt. This is where you lay it all out. You tell the agent what its role is, what its ultimate goal is, and any rules it needs to follow. It's basically the agent's job description. Think about it. You wouldn't just drop a new employee at a desk on their first day and expect them to know what to do, would you? You'd give them a clear job description and you tell them the goals they need to achieve. Now, let's jump into building. To build our AI agent, we need an automation platform. Here, we will use n8n, which is a no-code platform that allows users to visually automate processes and build AI agents and workflows without any programming experience. You can access n8n using the link below, and you will have 14 days free trial. So you have plenty of time to kind of test it out and see how you can build your first AI agent.
Just a quick one. I'm running a free Build Your First AI Agent challenge for total beginners, so you can finally stop scrolling and start building. You'll find the details in the link below if you are interested.
Okay, so here what you're going to do is get started here. And here you're just going to fill out all the information and start your 14-day free trial. When you are inside n8n platform, it will give you a section saying, build my first AI agent or something similar. You're going to click on that and then it will give you this section here. So this basically is the AI agent. This is just a chat message. This is how you chat to it. So you just go here and type a message. This is the brain that we talked about, and we will get into how we connect the tools and other things in a minute. But before, what you need to do is to go and configure. You need to go and fix the brain. How you do that is you need to go and create an OpenAI account. So here the brain is going to be ChatGPT. ChatGPT is OpenAI. So you need to go and connect it with OpenAI APIs. That basically means is you just need to have the permission, n8n needs to have permission to go and use OpenAI. And for that, you need to have an API key. The API key is basically just a password. It's just saying, this is my password to go and use OpenAI. So to get the API keys, you need to go into platform, OpenAI. Let me share this tab right here. So you need to go here. You need to create an account, sign up. And this has, by the way, the API usage has nothing to do with your subscription, with the Pro model or the Plus in ChatGPT. That's like a standalone usage. And this one is a pay as you go. You pay for the API separately. So here what you're going to do is you go into your dashboard, API keys, and here you just create new secret key. You give it a name, n8n, for example, and then create a secret key. Once you have that secret key, you're going to copy it and you go back into your n8n platform and you need to paste it here. Just make sure that API key needs to stay private. When you just join in n8n, you will have free credits with OpenAI. So make sure you go and claim those credits. Make sure you use those before you go and top up your account, just to kind of like have a feel of how things work first. For OpenAI account, you gotta go into settings, and here you are going to billing. And right here, you can like pay as you go. Payment methods here, and you add your payment method, and you can add some money here. And here you just choose the model, which are basically just the models available within OpenAI, which is like GPT-4, GPT-5, and things like that. But let's just, use whatever at the moment. Just stick to this one. Okay, now let's chat. So here it did process our message. Hello, can I chat with you? And this is the output. That's what it said. Hello, yes, you can definitely chat with me. Okay, so if we open our AI agent here we will see what happened. So here it was our message, what we gave it. We said, we sent a message. The action was, hello, can I chat with you? So this is an input. That's what we call an input. What you feed it, whether it's a message, with an email, a form, anything that just comes into the AI agent. And here in the middle, this section is a configuration. This is how we will be configuring our AI agent. And this is the output. The output here, hello, yes, you can definitely chat with me. So the input is basically saying, get the info, whatever that could be. Something new comes in, like an email, a form submission, or data from a spreadsheet, anything that will come in for the AI to process it. So for example, it might check if that email is positive or negative, or pull out some key details from the email, or even write a reply. And then you've got the output. So what the AI agent ended up doing with that input. So it's based on what the AI decided. The system takes action, like sending an email to the right person, adding the info to a database, or publishing a post. Now, let's just say we want to ask it to remind us of something later. Can you remember the word your AI girl? Yes, I can remember the word your AI girl. How can I assist you with it? Okay, what word do you remember? I don't have a record of you asking me to remember a specific word. Could you please tell me the word again? So, although it's got a brain, but the brain is basically useless without memory. So we need a memory for it to remember our interactions with it. And that's where here we need to connect simple memory. So here it just gives you a context window length. Like if you're interacting with it, could be 5, 10, 20, 40. It really depends on how much context you want it to remember. Just for the sake of this, tutorial, we're just going to keep it 5. And here we are going to say, can you remember the word your AI go? Okay, with the simple memory, it's here, look, it did activate the simple memory. Like it's basically stored in the memory so it can try to remember that for later. Okay, what did it say? I can remember the word your AI girl for the duration of this conversation. How would you like me to use or reference it? I'd say, now, do you remember the word I just told you? Yes, I remember the word you told me, your AI girl. How can I assist you with it? Here we go. Here, this is the output. This is the human main asking, and AI, I can remember the word, your AI girl, for the duration of this conversation. Okay, cool. Now that we have a memory for our brain, now we need tools. So now we need to remember, what did we want our AI agent to do? We wanted an AI agent that grabs some info from the database, like client, prospects, name, email address. We wanted to grab the prospect's details, go and do some type of research, then log everything back into the database, like the research that's been done, and maybe like a draft email for us to send to the prospect. To do that, you'll click on that plus sign here and the tool, and here you'll find all the tools you can connect to the agent. Here, obviously, we just want to connect a database, which is going to be Google Sheet. Tool, and it's right here for it to use Google Sheet. Okay, so here what we're going to do is get rows in Sheets, like in Google Sheets. So here you need to connect your Google Sheet tool. Here I have it already connected, but if you haven't done so, what you are going to do is, again, create new credentials, and then you need to sign in with Google. Okay, and then you need to choose your account, and you need to give it permission. But there is a little bit extra setup to Google Sheets, to be honest, with Google Drive, Google Products, that will probably be the hardest bit that you will do in a 10 setup. But it will be worth it because we use Google Sheets a lot. So just get through that, and honestly, it will be worth it. So and it's not difficult. If you just follow step by step, just follow the link here, which I explained. I had already made a video on how you can connect all of your Google Drive, which means the Gmail, the Google Sheets, all the Google products straight into N10. Just follow this step by step. And then later on, when you want to create your AI agents, you'll be absolutely fine. Okay, now once you have connected it, what you're going to do is get rows in Sheets, like in Google Sheets. Basically, what this is saying, when you receive a chat message that is asking you to do something, okay, we'll go through all of this bit by bit. It's saying go into Google Sheets and get some type of rows. So what we're going to say here is get rows, as in grab something from the Google Sheet and bring it here. From where? We want it to go into a specific document, which is the one we created, which is prospects. So here we created this document called prospects, and the sheet's name is potential prospects lists. Okay, so we want it to go into the prospects Google Sheet, into this specific sheet that's called potential prospects lists, and get something from there. Right. Okay, so we're going to tell it exactly that. You get rows from the prospects documents in the sheet, from the sheet potential prospects. Okay, now into Perplexity. Perplexity tool is what is going to do the research that we want it to do. Perplexity, if you don't know it, is such an awesome company. It does some really good research. It's competing with Google. It's probably, if I've got to strip out all of my AI tools and keep just one tool, it's going to be Perplexity. Okay, but for the sake of this, let's keep it simple. We just want to do some research on the company from our database, okay, or from the clients from the database. Here, we are going to connect Perplexity account. Again, it's the same principle with the API. You need to go create an account with Perplexity and go here and do API keys right in here and create a new key. And similarly, you need to copy it and take it back and add it to your N10. Once we have set it up, we gotta go and change those settings into message model. And here the model is Sonar, for example, and the text, we're just gonna keep it as like defined automatically by the model. Just click on this sparkling image here. Now we want to log everything back into Google Sheet, and to do that, we need to append a row in Google Sheet. What we want here, instead of this operation here, we are going to do append or update row. Okay? From research prospects, sheet is research companies. Okay? And that is basically just this Google Sheet that we have. Right. So here, as you can see, this is the potential prospects list, new client, email, phone, and website. And here, this is the research companies. We just added company research and email draft, so we can log everything in. Okay, cool. Here, we wanted to append something to add some details. What we want to do here is map each column manually, as in column to match on are these ones. But here we want the AI to figure out what values to send. The name, email, phone number, website, company draft. We want it to do that for us automatically. Okay, we're just going to that and it will happen automatically. Okay, so here we want it to add a Gmail tool, so it can send us all the information. Here again is you need to connect to Google account. When you do all that Google setup, which will connect to Google Sheet, Google account, and everything else, you will have it right there for you. Okay, so don't worry about that. Message, send everything. Subject is new prospect. Research. Okay, email type is text, and message, okay, here it will be defined by the AI accordingly. Right, and with everything we gave it now, that sounds complicated, but really what it is actually doing is it's understanding our message, breaking it down, trying to use its memory to remember if anything relevant, to give it context, getting some information from our Google Sheet. Here is doing a bit of research, just based on what we gave it, like mainly just the website. Append, log everything back in, and send us an email. Okay, that's all it's doing here. Now, for it to execute all of that, we need what we call the prompt. The prompt is the most important thing in an automation, okay, with AI tools in general. Here is where we write the agent prompts. Okay, here we can connect it to the chat trigger, which means the instructions will come through the chat. That's where we're going to talk to it in plain English. Okay, so this is going to be the user message. That's what we want it to do. These are the instructions. That's going to be the prompt. It's just going to be a simple message. Do something for us. Find this prospect and search it for us, or send an email to a certain prospect, whatever instructions we're going to give it. That's basically what this means. But here we need to add what we call a system prompt. Okay, how we want it to execute these tasks, how we want it to follow these instructions. And for this one, the best way to do it is to go into ChatGPT. Then you need to type in what you would like your agent to do, just in plain English. Just, even if you make mistakes, it doesn't matter. And ask ChatGPT to give you the right prompt for the AI agent inside n8n. And then ChatGPT then will come back with an elaborated prompt. You need to copy that and take it and paste it in the system prompt. So I did that and it gave me this. I'm just gonna paste it here, and here we go. I've got this here now. Find me a prospect called Zara from my database, search it, and log all details. then write all details. Okay. Here, let's see. AI Girl, led by Zara, helps non-tech individuals embrace AI automation through simple tutorials and community support. They focus on making AI accessible to English and Arabic speakers. Here we go. It just gave some insights, partnership suggestions, blah, 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 blah. Right, here we go. So it's got some structure issues here. Other than that, it's fine. I've got the company research here. Your AI Girl, led by Zara, blah, blah, blah. And it drafted the email that we will send. So you can just review that and send it later. So let's say that we're happy with the email. This is like very basic. Just I've been following your AI Girl and love how you do this and that. Okay, let's say I am happy with the email and I would like to send it. So let's go back and just say, and here you go. I can see the email's been sent. I hope you found this useful. It's for absolute beginners, so you don't just keep swiping through tutorials and videos, and it is for free. So if you'd like to join, click on the link below and join our community. If you found this useful, please let me know in the comments, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.